Now, oftentimes you say that a woman's whenever a woman has a secret, it's like there's a void that begins to exist, and that void just is kept as a void. Stuff that goes in never comes out, and if they get to a point where they get stuff out, woo, you must have dredged and dredged and dredged through in order to be able to get into that void, because a void is a void. Okay, so there are some secrets that women keep, and I feel like it's oftentimes it's like self-preservation for the most part, because you're just like trying to take care of yourself and your mind and your spaces mentally, physically, emotionally, blah blah blah, so you end up keeping these secrets. But there are very specific things, six very specific things that could cause a woman to want to keep a secret, okay, especially from their partner. And I think the best way to do it is like ask Turi, have you ever kept a major secret from your partner? And what prompted it is the better question.
Yes, yes, I have. Because I felt like this was my thing. You know, it was a huge secret, and it was something I was dealing with, and I didn't see how by telling them how they're in, them knowing would not have solved anything or not have affected anything. It would just be information they knew. And I was like, yeah, it's very unnecessary. This is a me thing. And I also believe that regardless of the fact that you're in a relationship, I am still an individual on my own. And of course, I need things that are individual to me. Not everything has to be shared because just because we're a couple. Yeah, so yeah, I have kept a huge secret from my partner, but yeah.
Have you ever been in a situation where you're like, you really want to tell this your partner something, but at the same time you're like, but like if I tell them, how will they react? You know, it's
Exactly.
like, oh, I am so scared. I feel so threatened by giving you this information
Yeah.
because I don't know how he's gonna react, and it could work against me. Have you
Yeah.
ever been in such a situation?
Exactly. It's you said it before. It's self-preservation. You're like, I don't want to tell this person this thing that, I have this secret, and then it changes the version of me in their head, because we all know our partners have versions of us and versions of us that they fell in love with. So now if I tell him this deep dark secret that I have, and then I fall off the pedestal that I was put on,
Oh, the queen.
exactly, you feel threatened. You're like, this is my business. You don't need to know about this. It's not like, unless it's life threatening,
Yeah.
you just don't need to know
Or it
about it.
affects him in a way.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier that also sometimes it's just like a you thing,
Yeah.
right? But have you been in the other situation where it's not necessarily a you thing, it's a both of you thing, but it's just such an uncomfortable thing to talk about? For example, like you just realize you have a UTI and you've only been with your partner.
Yeah.
But oftentimes, like with the weird myths and things, misconceptions that are out here, oftentimes you think like a UTI or a urinary tract infection is oftentimes because the other person stepped out of the relationship and then they contracted this weird thing. So you telling your partner is one of those things. Is just like, oh, I'm so sorry, let's go to hospital. But in the back of their mind, they're just going like, did you step out on me? So have you been in those situations where it's like you really want to tell them, but it's like so uncomfortable?
No, me, if it's affecting me, especially if it's down their business, the minute I get a UTI, I'm like, sir, what happened? Did you not shower? I'm very quick to call out this behavior, because I realize, especially with, things regarding your hoo-ha, if you're very quick to, be shy about it and not talk about it, you will end up suffering. And maybe it's something they did. So at
At
no
no
point
point.
have I blamed myself for UTI. I'm very quick to say, you,
You are the drama.
what happened? What is this,
Okay, how about we switch tangents and then make it a money thing, because money is also a very uncomfortable
Yeah.
topic. So you had a budget, and the budget you've decided on for this week is, let's give it 5K. 5K is the money we're spending this week. If we eat what do you call it, macaroni at the beginning of the week, and at the end we're eating maziwa mala and ugali because you guys decided to have macaroni and all the chickens and all of these things. Now we're out of budget. That's what we're gonna do. But at the same time, your parent is coming to visit. The 5K is gone. So you have to then go back to them and be like, okay, so I know we said that we're only going to spend this amount of money, but I need to take out a little bit more money because guess what? My parents are coming, we're out of money, and I still need to cook for them. So an uncomfortable conversation like that, how do you deal with it?
That's like an extenuating circumstance. You know, it's not like I planned for my parents to visit or something. You know,
True.
and obviously, if people are coming to visit your house, you all need to be presentable. They won't be like, hey, our daughter is just starving over here, anakunyonga tu maji na mkate.
Yeah.
But finances are a really tricky situation, especially for me. I don't like asking for money. So 9 times out of 10, if you won't, you know, give it, if you won't tell yourself, oh, but this girl needs some money for it, I won't ask for it. Mimi, I will suffer on my own. And if you feel in your heart that you want to give me this money, then yes. But at the same time, I realize when I do this, sometimes I would be very resentful. I'll be like, Kwani, this person doesn't see I'm suffering. Like, why would you not send me money? Why would you not give me money? And then I did not communicate. But the communication is the uncomfortable part. So sometimes I'll like shoot a text and then put my phone on D&D, just, or I'll have a very uncomfortable phone call and I'll feel very bad about it, especially if I don't get the energy.
Yeah, you don't receive the energy that you wanted to receive.
Or it feels like I'm bothering them.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, maybe I will suffer. I will walk home. I'd rather walk home than
That's the time
ask
all
you
the
for money.
loans are coming through, mobile loans, because it's so uncomfortable. So you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna keep this a secret.
Yeah.
Like, I'm suffering, but I will suffer in silence. What about sometimes when it feels like it's unnecessary? You're just like, okay, yeah, that was it. Like, I think at the beginning you did mention this one. It's just unnecessary. Like, why am I telling him? For example, you got hit on today.
Yeah.
You were just busy cruising, living your best life, you know, looking cute. And then some random guy is like, baby girl, you look like my next wife, you know? and that has nothing to do with you. You didn't provoke this person. Like, you didn't go calling out for it. Yeah?
I can't help it.
It's not your fault. You look nice. So I feel like some of those are super unnecessary, and therefore you're just gonna keep it a secret. Of course, it's like one of those things which is like, okay, this is a conversation, but like it's not necessary for you to start inflicting insecurities upon someone else.
And I never understand how like a girl will like walk up to her fiance or like her partner and be like, listen, babe, as in today, this man told me I am fine, and then he even asked for my number. I'm like, that was so unnecessary. Because now your partner is like, how many people ask for your number in a day? They're not questioning things. As in, when you walk around, should you be walking around, should we buy you a car? Just so, you know, with teens. Just so you are not seen, okay? Why are you being seen like this?
Exactly. I hate to say it, but I'm those people. I like immediately, okay, babe, I didn't tell you. Today this guy stopped me and told me I'm cute. And he's just like, okay, that's nice. Because like, how do I react to that information? It's nice. I mean, you did look very beautiful.
Actually, I recently did this and I caught myself immediately because it was very good gossip. And I'm like, Aki, babe, we were at Strikyambu Road and then this person, and I'm like, why did I start this story? It's not a nice, why did I think I was talking to Kathomi? And then it's like, okay, what happened when
oh
we were in
my
Kiambu
God.
Road? And then now I have to figure out
a whole new story.
how to tell this story in a way. And then I was like, oh, you know this person? He said, oh, do you know your husband? And I was like, why is he telling me, do you know? And then like, when you were in front of other people, you didn't want other people.
It becomes a whole thing because like you don't have enough time to come up with a good story. Hey, my goodness, suffering. It's just, I feel like sometimes just suffer in silence and keep it to yourself. And then this brings us to the judgment. Because you're like, you just went and said, he then starts asking you questions like, Kwani, you didn't want people to know. Kwani. Hey, like, hey. The other day I'm over there telling my partner that I'm going to see some relatives and I haven't told them about our relationship. And he's like, Connie, you're keeping me a secret. And like, aren't we already like the most public we can be? I'm just like, yeah, but like sometimes, you know, there's some things you just like trying not to like. So it's like immediately you tell this person something, you immediately are judged, you know?
Yeah.
Or you made such a huge mistake in your career. You woke up that day and you said, I have squat. I have quitted. I am out of this place. And then you get home and you're like, you quit. And they're asking you, so why did you quit your job? It's like, oh no, my bunkmate, my desk mate, what do you call them? Those people, the
My
cubicle
workplace,
mates.
yes.
My workplace colleague decided to eat my yogurt from the common fridge one more time. Yani alienda akachukua chakula yangu yenye nilikuwa nimekari kutoka home. Na nilikuwa nimemwambia food yangu ni food yangu. Na sasa amekula tena. Niko like, I can't do it anymore. I am out. And then they're just asking you like, seriously, you lost your source of income because someone ate your lunch. Like,
Yeah.
like that means us to you at that time. Eh? Madness. Have you ever done something so stupid and then you got judged? And then you're like, oh, never again.
Exactly. Never ever again will I show you my other side. Or sometimes you're trying to justify something you did. And by justifying something you did, you tell half truths. You know, the truth that is convenient for you, or the truth that highlights
Makes you
your good
look
side.
less-
You know,
less
like
bad.
if we argued with Kathomi today, and then I go to my partner, I will paint myself as the victim.
Oh,
I
yeah.
won't tell my partner the way I was antagonizing her, the way I, you know,
How we
pushed
got
her
there.
until she reacted the way she did, and then I got offended by her reaction. All I'll tell her is what she did to me, and how I was offended, and how I am sad, and how I hope she stubs her toe. But I didn't tell her, maybe I'm the one who started this drama. So those half truths, women, we are very notorious for this.
True. But another major one is like when you're just trying to keep the peace.
Yeah.
You guys have not had any fights. You guys have not, or you've had a fight and it's now just coming to a simmer, you know? It's now coming to like a point where, okay, things are cooling off. And then something stupid happens. And you're like, Aki, am I really going to tell this person? And then we start with this fight all over again. Eh?
Sometimes, you know, when the argument is almost ishaing, and then you realize, there's unspent ammunition. As in, kuna bomb naweza angusha ikumalize.
That comeback you've been working on
Exactly.
for the 3 days that
So
you've
now
been
I have to
silent
figure
treatment.
out if I'm going to be Michelle Obama and go higher, okay? If I'm going to go up, or if I'm going to go to bikini bottom, you know? And that's usually a struggle with me. Mimi, anytime you see me quiet and looking at you, just know I'm contemplating. Am I going to go high? Or are we going to meet in hell? In the trenches? Because we can. And the thing is, I'm very comfortable there. So sometimes you just nifundishe kunyamaza, just so things are peaceful.
Yeah, legit. And sometimes it's really like they've done something, as in you've just had like a moment of against fight now. It's the vice versa where you've just had so much peace and tranquility, and then they do that one thing that you hate. And you just like, it's now gotten to over here. Like yesterday it was over here, you were okay. But they did it again after you told them, and now it's like over here. And you're just about to blow your top. But you're like, if this is the one, what if they also have things that they've been festakebangaing?
Listen.
And then you come at them, and then they come at you, and now everybody is fighting.
I
and
was
then it
in
just
this
becomes
situation.
a whole thing.
This situation last night. Niliandika nikaandika maneno alafu nikajiambia, we, nikifinya send, that's it.
That's it.
Because, you know, it's just one poke after, and I'm like, hey. As in, I have ammunition. As in, I'm going to drop it. But I said, today is the day. Nikatepa alafu nikajiuliza, am I ready for the heat? Is the question. Am I ready for the heat?
Are you ready?
Because I'm very comfortable, you know, in the trenches. I'm very comfortable in hell. I'm a demon. I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then I said, I will be Michelle Obama because it's a new month. We are starting a new month.
Yes, fresh start.
I will go high. Okay, when they go low, we go high. Nika delete, alafu nikazima simu, nikaenda nikalala 444. Very peaceful. lakini bado nawashwa.
But like,
Yeah.
I can shake and undo.
Exactly, I
Shake
can
to
undo all of that.
Anyway, so these are some of the things that we think as women we try and avoid, and hence we keep it a secret. We're looking for peace. We're trying to justify something. We are rejecting judgment, or it's just a thing of, is it necessary? What's the other one? Is it necessary? You're feeling uncomfortable, or it threatens you. Those are the 6 ones that we can come up with for today. That's been our show. Happy Madaraka Day again. My name is Kathavi Kathavi. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
Exactly. And if your partner has not gotten you a Madaraka gift, dump them.
Yeah,
My name is
yeah.
Tarife, and I'll see you tomorrow.